Alrighty, hello folks. We made it slightly late, but that's okay. Get this YouTube live control panel up. Okay, so we're back in business, back in the home. Got a charged laptop. Haven't got the good camera out, but late starts call for late start measures. Now, I'm going to get right into it. If you are new here, I'm Marcel, and I'm starting a business while I work full time, doing a whole bunch of content and a live stream every night, and trying to build a business. So, what I was going to talk about today was what 2 months of really high volume posting has done in a networking context, which isn't all that glamorous. But so basically, what it's done is I kind of like categorized it into three in my post earlier today, but I'll start with one. So basically, it's like opened up my what's the word? Like it's like I have access to a whole bunch of knowledge that I didn't have before. It actually made me realize how little, like I'd barely scratched the surface of hot water. And I'll come back to actually. There's a point I've got to make about posting just hot water stuff. But so I know people now that have like knowledge in commercial stuff, so I can take on a job that I actually did this. There was a job that someone called me about because I was like the hot water guy, and he was like, "Can you help me with this commercial 275?" I was like, I will look into it because I know someone that would be able to help. I was able to call on someone because of all the content. I'd made a connection with someone in the commercial world for hot water and called on him to help me with the job. So got some money out of that. Fantastic. That was good. So that's one benefit. I've like opened up a whole bunch of like, and there's a ton of other people that have given me tips and kind of little snippets of information as I've like put a question on Instagram or something like that. The second thing is that it's gotten me work. So people there was a solar job. So people that can't get to something or they don't understand something, and I got like a pretty good job for an issue with a solar tank on the roof. So that was cool. But yeah, it's just opened up a whole bunch of pathways to places that I didn't have access to before. So I would normally just be working by myself, doing the domestic hot water, not needing to learn anything new, and not sharing any information with anyone else, like training people or whatever. So it's been super cool in that regard. And this is probably like way further down the track a bit more, but it's a good idea. Well, it seems that business coaching is a very good way to fast track business success. And I think it is quite pricey and expensive to do that sort of stuff, but the posting all the content got me in touch with someone who does pretty well for himself and has like sort of tradie adjacent. He actually does software for tradies, and his friend is a tradie coach, and he was like, "This is a really good guy." So it's like he's obviously learnt off him. He's got a very successful business, and these sorts of people I wouldn't have been able to get in touch with without doing all this. So another bonus there for sure, and it can get like credible people recommending like other credible people. If that makes sense. It's like you sort of get into a bit more. I don't know what the word is. It's just better, basically. And interesting little updates or news, or I don't know what you call it. But so a friend of mine that I met up with yesterday, well, became friends because of all the content. He's a plumber. Oh, that was another thing. He helped me out. Like all this content stuff has got me connected with like super good people, and he came and helped me out. Shout out to Jay at Sterling Gas and Plumbing. He actually came out to a job. It was close by, like 10, 15 away. He said, I'll come out. He had the fittings that I needed because it was like after hours. Reese was closed, and he had the press gun. He's like, let's link up. He actually gave me a couple of his products that he sells, which I'll be doing a little giveaway eventually. And yeah, so it's just been super, super useful to make content and connect with people. But I'm starting to get like texts I got a text today from a Melbourne plumber, just like asking about a water heater. He sent me some couple of photos of a water heater. He's like, this seems to be happening. What do you think's going on? And it was actually a heater I hadn't really dealt with much, a Bosch. It's like a Hydroflow, but not, I can't remember what it was actually called. And kind of had a bit rough idea based on what he was asking me. And yeah, he actually figured it out himself. He thought it was the regulator, and I agreed with him. But yeah, I'm getting like a text from plumbers in Melbourne. Someone DM me yesterday saying he saw me at a pub with Jay, who we had a couple of bevs after a job, and he recognised me at that pub. He is from Perth, but in Sydney, so he literally saw me, which is crazy. And Jay had a couple of friends, one in the Central Coast and one in, I think, Melbourne as well, who had mentioned me. He'd mentioned me like All City Services. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this guy on like the internet, All City Services, and he's like, oh yeah, I know that guy. So it's like, it's interesting how the tentacles of major content production are sort of seeping into the plumbing algorithm. So that's cool. But it's like sort of the start. The idea is to get leads from the general public, but I think building trust in the plumbing community is a good start, a good way to start a foundation, and then grow into the general public eventually as I like hone my content skills and what's actually in the content. But yeah, interesting stuff. I'm going to flick over to business mode. I'll brush over this pretty quickly. Actually, I feel like there was something to mention, go back to with the content. That's right. Won't worry about it. But I kind of thought of an idea, I've mentioned it before, where you can where I'd imagine, okay, so if you repair a water heater, it's usually over 5 years old. So my thought was that you could sell someone basically an insurance policy that they would never have cold water. So, never run out of hot water. If you don't if you do run out of hot water, we'll come and fix it for free, like same day. So you could sell like $500 or $800 on top of a job for the guarantee that you'll have hot water for 5 years, no matter what. If it dies on you, we'll come and fix it for free. So that you get like extra money and the likelihood that you're going to be fixing something for free is pretty low. And then what you could do is at the end of that 5-year period, you say, we'll come and service your water heater and guarantee you another 5. So I also thought about this in the context of an actual ad, like a meta ad, or an Instagram ad or whatever. You can kind of lead with, we're the only company that will guarantee you 10 years of hot water. What do I write here? Hot water for 10 years. We'd be the only company in Sydney that could do that. Framing it as never go without hot water, have a decade of guaranteed hot water, that sort of line of thinking, but using it to get extra money. And so it's like you get more money, the customer gets ultimate peace of mind for the long term. You get long-term customer, because 5 years, man, comes around so quick. If you have enough jobs, once they start overlapping, you do that 5-year thing after you've done that for 5 years, you got the next 5 years of work lined up. It's I don't know. I can't see how it wouldn't work. I think it'd be close to impossible to have, if you make the insurance policy if you price the insurance policy well enough, you should more than cover any possible warranties. But yeah, I just thought today, I've mentioned this before, and I just thought today of framing it in a insurance policy framework. It's like becoming an insurance company specializing in plumbing. Anyway, that's some thoughts. I kind of can't wait to be able to implement that into my own business and kind of trial it. But I would love if someone else gave it a go. How it would work. I doubt anyone will, though. It is a bit, I don't know, psychologically scary to extend the warranty of something for 4 years, but I don't think I've ever replaced a 4-year-old thermostat or element. Relief valves might be a different story, but they could be covered in the cost. Now, let's go to stats. Oh, I'm tired, guys. Yeah. Stat to Roonies. Thursday, the 5th of March. 2 repairs today. What were they? Did the gas regulator... Oh, I actually did 3 repairs. Gas regulator. And I did a Eurosit. And I did... Oh, yes. A relief valve. Relief valve. That was all pretty easy. 90 jobs. Look at that. We'll be going to be hitting 100 soon. Yeah, nothing really sales in terms of sales comes to mind for the jobs today. There was a little bit of like an anchoring technique for the relief valve. The tank was pretty old, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to last much longer. He recognised that. But chat rate. Is someone in the chat? I actually can't see the chat doc. Chat. Oh, here we go. Chat. Oh, we're on. Hey, Bo. Bo's back. Yeah, it was not the hot water submission should be covered. Yeah. Supply off-peak relay or something. See, even that, I feel like you could cover that sort of stuff anyway. It's so rare. Thermostats up here. Ants. Oh yeah. Get a bit of ant action in thermostats. Use the plumber shouldn't wear the ants. Yeah, but wear the ants. Okay, so Bo's saying thermostats up here where he lives near the bush. They get heaps of ants in the thermostat. I've seen that before with the ants. And he says, you as the plumber shouldn't wear that, would you think? I was like, you make a fair point there, Bo. I would say if your insurance policy was good enough, you could probably cover it. But I think to keep someone, you could like say that this is actually a fault of the ants. It's not really an issue with the thermostat. I'll do it for you anyway because you paid your insurance policy. It's like if someone pays an insurance policy and the insurance company doesn't pay it out because of some like little fine print, it pisses them off. And the fine print's probably fair enough. But like you might get more out of it by doing what is it? Thermostats can't be more than $50. I definitely know they're not that much. They're like 30, 40, 50. I don't know what they are. For $50, put in a new thermostat and you get that next 5 years of business again. And then after that 10 years, that's the other thing I didn't mention. After the 10-year, like the insurance policy, hot water insurance, after that 10 years, you can like suggest a replacement. Anyway, but I would say where the cost of a natural disaster on a thermostat. Anyway, something to think about. I'm sure plenty of opinions on that, but I'll be trialing it eventually. Okay, yeah, stats. YouTube subscribers, they've gone up to 65, +5 since I last measured it, which was like the live streams have been all over the shop lately. So I think the last adjustment was maybe 2 or 3 days ago. That's pretty good. 5 subscribers, more than one a day. I'm all right with that. I got to go to bed now, though. Time to snooze. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you again, Bo. And thanks to anyone else that watched. As always, give us a call or a message or a DM or whatever, a comment. I'm happy to chat. And help out if you get stuck with anything hot water related. And if you got any hot water tips, any inside information, send it my way. All right.